This is pre-calc Unit 6 review for really sections 4.5 through 4.7. This is going to be numbers 11 through 14. So for these, you're solving the right triangles. There are 6 different attributes, 3 angles, 3 sides. I always have to give you 2 of something. So number 11, I give you angle A is 55 degrees, so I can fill that in. And little b is 6. So little b is side b, that's always across from angle B. Just like little a is going to be over here, and little c is going to be there. So I'm going to fill those in as well. This is A, this is C. All right. We should all know that angle C is 90 degrees. It's always the one next to the right angle. Angle B here is going to be 90 minus 55, which is going to give me 35 degrees. Remember, the 2 angles are always are always complementary. All right, so we also have the B is 6 here. So now what I have to do is I have to come up with trig functions that I'm going to use to solve for A and C. So for this, I'm going to do the 55 degrees, the A and the 6. That's going to be the tangent of 55 is going to equal to A over 6. Multiply by 6, and you get A here is equal to 8.57. All right, same thing for letter C. You're going to match it up 55, 6, and C. This time it's going to be the cosine. 55 degrees is equal to 6 over C. This is where I do the switcheroo. So C is equal to 6 divided by the cosine of 55. And when I do so, you end up with C coming out to be 10.46. Next 3 problems are very similar. All right, number 12, they give you A is 7. So A here is 7, and B is 12. We know that C is 90 degrees. Excuse me, you can use Pythagorean theorem here, so that's going to be 7 squared plus 12 squared is going to equal to your C squared to solve for your C. So that's 49 plus your 12, which is 193. I'm sorry, plus 144 from the 12. So 49 plus 144, that's going to be your 193, which is the C squared. Square root that, and you get the square root of 193. You should try to break that down. This one does not break down, so the answer here is just 190, square root of 193. Again, do the A and B. We're going to do the same thing. This time I'm going to solve for A first. With the 7 and 12, that's going to be tangent. So you're always matching up trig functions here. So tangent of A is equal to the opposite, which is equal to 7 over the adjacent 12. Whenever you need to solve for an angle, we need to get rid of this tangent. So we're going to do the tan negative 1. This is where you do the inverse. So tan negative 1 of both sides. It cancels on the left. So you have angle A is tan negative 1 of 7 over 12. So you type in tan negative 1 of 7 over 12 with the calculator. Excuse me, and that's going to give you 30.26 degrees. Take that, subtract that from 90, and you get 59.74 degrees for your angle B. 13, they give you angle B is 13 degrees, all right, and little c is 20. All right, so I'm going to fill those in. So we got our 20, of course we have our 90, we have angle B is 13. So subtract 13 from your 90, you end up with 77 degrees for angle A. And then you solve for little a and little b. I like to use the information to give us the 13 and the 20. All right, so I'll solve for A first. That's going to be the adjacent, and that is the hypotenuse. That's cosine. 13 is equal to A over 20. So you do 20 times by cosine of 13, and you get A to be 19.49. Likewise, we're going to set up a trig function for B. This is now going to be the sine. So it's going to be the sine of 13 degrees is going to equal to B over 20. This time it's going to be 20 times by the sine of 13, and that comes out to be 4.5. Last one, number 14, gives us little c is 10, little b is 4, so I'm looking for little a. Obviously, we have angle C is 90 degrees. All right, so let me fill these in. That's 10. This is 4. We're going to use Pythagorean theorem for this one. So a squared plus 16 is equal to 100. Subtract a squared is equal to 84. This one does break down to be 2 root 21. To solve for angle A, I'm going to use the 4 and the 10. That's going to be cosine of A is equal to 4 over 10. Just like last time, I'm going to use the inverse. This is cosine negative 1 this time on both sides. You end up with angle A here. After you do cosine negative 1 of 4 over 10 on the calculator, so angle A is 66.42 degrees. Subtract that from 90 and you get 23.58 degrees.